Okay, so hello everyone, this is Akshay here. Let us continue today's GFG purity streak. Today's question name is construct list using XOR queries. So this question is actually a good question. It has been asked in Amazon and Google. So there would be one slight change in our thought process and everything would be solved for this question, right? Okay, so let us read the question and let us analyze what is the need of this question and how we can solve it. So we have been given a list test that initially contains only single value 0, right? So we have a list that contains a single value 0, right? Then what we have, there are q queries, and 0x means that insert x, 1x means that for every element in the S replace it with a XOR x, right? And XOR is nothing but once we have the opposite bit, it comes as set bit, and if we have the same bit, then it becomes 0, right? Okay. So for the queries for this first case, what we will do, so as the question says, the first value as the list will contain a single value 0, and once we have 0 6, so that means for 0x we need to add 6, so we'll add 6. For 0 3 we'll add 3. For 0 2 we'll add 2, right? Now for 1 comma 4, what we'll do, that we will replace each and every element present in the list with the XOR of 4, right? So this would be replaced by 0 XOR 4, this would be replaced by 6 XOR 4, similarly 3 XOR 4 and 2 XOR 4, right? If you replace it, the value would be 4, 2, 7 and 6 as given by the input test cases, right? So, and what else we have? Then we have 1 XOR 5, right? 1 comma 5. So that means again we need to alter the existing elements with the XOR of the given elements, that is 7 XOR 5 and then 6 XOR 5. And then finally your answer would be like 1, 2, 1, 7, 3 and 2, right? And you need to sort it and you need to return in the sorted order, so it would be 1, 2, 3 and 7, right? Okay, so if we do the brute force, जो question ने कहा है हम वही बस कर दें, right? So what would be the time and space? Like at the worst case, what I can see, if there are 1 comma x query, right? 1 comma x query, then that means that for all the elements present in the array, or let's say from this point to the right hand side, right? Whenever I get a 1 comma x, then all the present from the last element to the first element, we need to operate it, or we need to replace it with the XOR operations, right? So I can say there are q queries, right? And the worst case, it would take me n iterations to solve that particular query. So it would be q cross n plus plus we are sorting it as well, so it would be n, or let's say n log n, right? Or if there are q queries, then definitely the maximum possible space for this array list would be q, so it would be, let's say, q log q, right? So ignoring the lower complexities, that is this one, in this case the overall time complexity would be q log n, q star n, right? But if you see the time complexity is the expected one, it says q log q. That means we need to solve in this particular, let's say, a plus b, right? So this a must be lesser than b, then only I can say my overall time complexity would be q log q, right? So we need to think of something that this q cross n can be optimized, right? हम यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे, हम यहाँ पे एक बार और ऑब्जर्व करते हैं क्या क्या चीज़ें यहाँ पे देखो. जब हमने सॉर्ट किया था, हमारा जो एक्चुअल आउटपुट है, द एक्चुअल आउटपुट वी आर गेटिंग इज 1732, बट दे डू नॉट केयर अबाउट द आउटपुट एंड दे सेड कि सॉर्ट इट एंड रिटर्न इट. दैट मीन्स क्वेश्चंस डू नॉट वांट द ऑर्डर, ऑफ द एलिमेंट्स. मतलब द प्रोसेस विच वी आर गोइंग टू द ब्रूट फोर्स, दे आर ऑर्डरिंग, दे आर एक्चुअली टेकिंग केयर ऑफ द ऑर्डर. बट हमें क्या करना है, हमें ऑर्डर से मतलब नहीं है, मतलब कि वी can do this brute force traversal in some other way as well. So this would be our hint, right? हम किसी दूसरे वे से ट्रैवर्स करने का सोचेंगे, right? क्योंकि ऑर्डर से मतलब नहीं है, एंड दैट इज़ द रीज़न इन्होंने दे रखा है कि आप सॉर्टिंग में रिटर्न करो, राइट? अगर इन्होंने नहीं दिया होता, लेट्स से कि हमें ऑर्डर भी चाहिए, तो आई डोंट थिंक दैट वुड बी पॉसिबल टू सॉल्व इट इन लेस देन q cross n. As of now, I don't think so. So let us see, if we change the direction of the traversal, could that be a good signal for us? So for that thing, we will take the second input case, that's a slightly lesser number. So let's just copy paste this one and come back to our board. Okay, so let's try run for this case. Okay, so we will go from the last element, right? And also we know that whenever we got an element of 1 comma x, right, that means for all the present elements in the left hand side should be XOR with this number, right? So for this thing we will, let's say, handle a temp variable which will be handling the XOR of the element. So as of now I am reciting it as 0, right? So when the query came 0,5, right? So what I will do, so as of now it is 0, right? तो हमें कोई effect नहीं होगा, तो I will just say in the list I will add 0 XOR 5, correct? And this would be nothing but 5. ठीक है, सेकंड क्वेरी में आते हैं, क्वेरी नंबर 2. हम लास्ट से ट्रैवल कर रहे हैं ना, तो हम यहाँ पे अब आ गए. 1,3 है, राइट? इन दिस केस यू कैन सी जहाँ पे 1,3 है, इनको क्या करना था कि यू डू नॉट हैव टू ऐड दिस 3, बट फॉर ऑल द लेफ्ट एलिमेंट्स प्रेजेंट फॉर दिस क्वेरी यू नीड टू टेक द XOR विद दिस 3, राइट? तो इस केस में हम क्या करेंगे, अपने टेम्प को अपडेट करेंगे, दैट इज विच इज टेकिंग केयर ऑफ द XOR थिंग, राइट? सो वी विल अपडेट इट एज 0 XOR 3 एंड दिस विल गिव मी 3, right? Now this will ensure कि जब हम लेफ्ट साइड ट्रैवर्सल करेंगे तो हम हर बार क्या कर रहे थे, whenever the query type was 0 we were always XORing with the given temp, right? तो यहाँ से ensure हो जाएगा यार. यहाँ पे हमारे पास 0,2 है, and what we will push in the list, we will push this query 2 will just do temp XOR equals to, let's say, query of I and the second element, right? In the third case the Q type is 0, so in that case I will add the temp, that is 3 XOR my current element, that is 2, and 3 XOR 2 will give you what? Let's just quickly do this. So it would be 1 and 0. It will give me 1, right? So I will push 1 here, right? I will push 1. And what else? Also the question said that for the initial list, you started with 0, right? तो अगर कोई क्वेरी यहाँ पे कोई 1 टाइप का होता, 1,x लेट्स से, राइट, और लेट्स से 1,y, तो ये जो 0 है इस 1 की वजह से ये भी इफेक्ट होता, राइट? एंड हाउ आर दिस हैंडलिंग विथ 1? ये जो 1 वाला केस है हम टेम्प से हैंडल कर रहे थे, हम टेम्प से अपने राइट हैंड साइड से मेजर करते आ रहे थे कि हाउ मेनी XORs आर रिक्वायर्ड, राइट? सो एट द लास्ट स्टेप, एट द फोर्थ स्टेप, वी विल जस्ट ऐड टेम्प इन आवर लिस्ट, राइट? सो आई विल जस्ट से ऐड टेम्प. And what is temp pointing to? It is pointing to 3. So my final answer is 5, 1, 3. And if we sort it, I will get 1, 3 and 5, and that is my desired output, right? So I think the question is solved now, and I hope you were able to grasp the intuition and the thought process which we had for solving this question, right? Now please pause this video here and try to pseudocode or code this approach by yourself, and then we can resume ahead with the exact code. Okay, and if you have not still yet subscribed our channel, if you're new to the channel, please like, share and subscribe, and do follow our other playlist as well. So we actually maintain a bunch of playlists, and among them are some of the advanced topics which I specifically have made the videos on that because that's the topic which is difficult to grasp even though someone teaches, right? Then we have a DSA do's and don't, and interview experience, and the lead code solutions interview preparation, which compiles of 100 PDQ question that you must have in mind. And you may have seen several times that PDQ question is based on some PDQ question, and we just refer to this playlist of some particular video, and then the question is solved easily, right? So let's just do a very quick code walkthrough. Again, the live coding is not required for this question, so I'll just give you a very quick code walkthrough. So we have this temp for handling the XOR conditions. We have an array list, and we are starting from end, that is I equals to q minus 1 till greater than equals to 0 and I minus. And if the query type is 0, we are just adding the current element and XOR with temp. We are adding that answer, right? And in the else case, we are updating our temp, which will be handling our XOR conditions. That is for all the left elements we need to जितने भी लेफ्ट एलिमेंट है एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे, अगर 1,x है तो जितने भी एलिमेंट्स हैं उन सबको XOR विथ करंट एलिमेंट निकालना, राइट? Put it that in a driver, and at the last we'll just add el.addTemp, and at the last, and but not the least, we'll just sort the given arrays because that was the condition, and because of this condition itself ये approach जो है possible हो पाया, I think so. And at the last we just return the al, right? So that would be it. And let's just now hit the sum button for this code. What is the time and space? Again, the time and space have changed now. So we are traversing just once, right? We are not doing it more than once, right? So it would be, there are q queries, 0 to q, and we are starting from here and going till here. So it would be q plus n log n, right? So q plus q log q, right? Because the number of elements in the list would be q, right? So ignoring the lower complexities, what would be your overall diagnostic? Q log q, and space complexity would be, let's say, O of q, right? So that would be it for this question, and you can see the submissions have been passed successfully. All the test cases have passed successfully. So let us meet again in the next video. Till then, keep going. Bye, and take care, guys, and enjoy your Sunday.